Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine, and today we have an exciting lesson for everyone out there, very cultural.
Exactly, and very closely related to our Halloween lesson that we had, but on this occasion, we're going to be looking at All Saints' Day.
All right, so this is a festival that's celebrated in many different countries, and we're learning today about some of the ceremonies and practices in those countries that are very closely tied to those local cultures.
Exactly. So we're going to learn a little bit about culture, and at the same time, we're going to learn some great words and phrases. So let's get started with this dialogue for the first time. The Day of the Dead has arrived. All Souls Day and All Saints Day.
Your neighbor is crazy. Why is he screaming that?
Because today is the 1st of November, the Day of the Dead.
Oh, that's right.
This is a very special day among many cultures around the world, especially in Latin America.
Seriously? I thought it was just like any other day, except for the fact that people visit the cemetery and remember their loved ones.
Well, that's just part of it. People across the world celebrate in different ways. In Mexico, for example, it's common to see people building private altars honoring the deceased, using sugar skulls, preparing the favorite foods and beverages of the departed, and visiting graves with these as gifts. In the Philippines, the tombs are cleaned or repainted. Candles are lit and flowers are offered. Entire families camp out in cemeteries and sometimes spend a night or two near the relatives' tombs.
Whoa, that's scary. I don't know if I could do that.
Why? We should fear the living, not the dead.
And we're back. So, did you know about these traditions in the Philippines and in Mexico?
I know about the Mexican ones because there's a lot of Mexicans where I come from in Chicago, and they still celebrate these things. But I didn't know about the Philippines, so I found this really interesting.
Interesting, right? Actually, yeah, the Philippines as well as Mexico are very Catholic countries, so maybe that's one of the reasons why they have such they have these events that are so important for their culture.
I'm sure, yeah.
All right, so before we start talking a little bit more about the culture, why don't we take a look at language takeaway?
Language takeaway.
All right, the first word is a very common word, especially if you're a church-going person. The word is altar.
Okay, and an altar.
An altar. It's a thing.
It's a thing, and an altar is usually found inside a church, as you said, right?
That's right.
So it's like a...
Table.
It's like a table.
Or a counter. So the altar in the church is where the priest does all of the stuff that he does during the Mass. It's where he prepares the bread and the wine, and it's essentially a table, yeah.
But you can build an altar for yourself in your garden, for example, right? And it doesn't have to do with the Catholic religion necessarily.
No, not necessarily. You could have an altar in a Greek pagan temple where you give offerings to a god or goddess. And so in this case, an altar is a special religious table where you perform certain religious rites or functions.
Okay, very interesting. All right, and so it's common in Mexico for people to build private altars honoring the deceased. So what is this word deceased?
All right, deceased is a noun. It's a word that we use to call someone who's dead or departed. So the deceased was named John Smith.
So it's like a more technical term of saying somebody is dead.
Right, and it's something that you'll often read in the newspaper when they don't want to say the dead guy. You know, they say the deceased was a doctor and he is survived by 3 children. And so deceased is a way to describe a person in a nicer way.
Right, very good, the deceased. And you mentioned another word that's very closely related to deceased, the departed.
That's right, and this is actually a famous word because of a Martin Scorsese movie that came out about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And departed, you know the word to depart, to leave.
To leave, right.
A person that is a departed is someone who has left us. It's
left this world.
Yeah, it's a dead person.
So you can say the deceased or the departed, which basically means the same thing as the dead guy or the dead person.
Exactly, but again, it's much more polite. It's something that we hear often at funerals or that we read in magazines.
Okay, so for example, All Saints Day is a way of honoring the departed.
Exactly, very nice sounding.
Yeah, it sounds better. All right, so talking a little bit more about the departed and the traditions, it says here that many Mexicans use sugar skulls or have sugar skulls during this festivity.
That's right. So a skull is the bones from a person's head. All right, and so you can often see these on for example, pirate ships. We say skull and crossbones.
Right.
And so it's the bones from a head and you have the bones underneath. And it's a very popular image on Halloween because it's scary.
Yeah.
But a skull is essentially the bones from a head.
So it's like a person's head without the skin, eyes, lips, everything.
Right. It's scary because it has empty black spaces
yeah.
where the eyes are supposed to be, and you can see all the teeth, but nothing else.
What about the sugar skulls? What are these? They're skulls made of sugar.
That's right. And so they look like skulls because there's no cheeks and they're not really, there's no skin or eyes, but they're beautiful because the Mexicans in their tradition, they color the sugar. So you can have white skulls with this beautiful green and pink and red and blue decorations. And you can eat them because they're made of sugar. And
Exactly.
so it's a special treat that people have in the Mexican tradition on the Day of the Dead.
Very good. All right. And one of the many traditions, apart from sugar skulls and building private altars, they also visit the person's tomb, if possible, right?
Exactly. So a tomb is an important word.
So what is a tomb?
A tomb is a place where someone is buried. It's a space or a place. And it can be big or small, but it's essentially the resting place of a dead person.
All right. So a tomb, where the person is. And actually, on the tomb, you have the tombstone, right?
That's right. And a tombstone is the same as a gravestone. And it's a piece of rock on which you write the name and the birth date and the death date of the person that is buried there.
Right. So that's the tombstone. Very good. Okay, so an interesting amount of words here on Language Takeaway. Why don't we listen to this dialogue again, and we'll be right back with Fluency Builder.
Your neighbor is crazy. Why is he screaming that?
Because today is the 1st of November, the Day of the Dead.
Oh, that's right.
This is a very special day among many cultures around the world, especially in Latin America.
Seriously? I thought it was just like any other day, except for the fact that people visit the cemetery and remember their loved ones.
Well, that's just part of it. People across the world celebrate in different ways. In Mexico, for example, it's common to see people building private altars honoring the deceased, using sugar skulls, preparing the favorite foods and beverages of the departed, and visiting graves with these as gifts. In the Philippines, the tombs are cleaned or repainted. Candles are lit and flowers are offered. Entire families camp out in cemeteries and sometimes spend a night or two near the relatives' tombs.
Whoa, that's scary. I don't know if I could do that.
Why? We should fear the living, not the dead.
All right, we're back. So why don't we look at 3 main phrases on Fluency Builder now?
Fluency Builder.
Well, the first phrase should be obvious by now because it is the name of the holiday we're talking about, and the name is the Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead. So this is their day.
It is, and it's the Day of the Dead because it's the day in which people around the world celebrate the departed. It's when they talk about and remember people that they've loved who've died.
Okay. So it's not really like a sad day, right? It's more of a happy remembering them and honoring them and how much you miss them, but in a good way.
Exactly, and you're not actually going to hear this very often in reference to American culture because it's not something Americans do, and English people don't do either. But people, when they're talking about their own families and traditions, will want to talk about this because in the Philippines or in Latin America, you have a very strong culture, like a very strong tradition of celebrating this. So,
All right, and as we mentioned, this day is a day to honor or to remember your loved ones, and that's our second phrase, your loved ones.
the phrase loved ones might not be obvious to many people because you can love many people and many things, but loved ones is a phrase that generally means the people that you care about the most, your friends and your family. So you could say, I want to have a party, but I only want my loved ones to be there.
Okay.
Or he was in the hospital and all of his loved ones visited him.
So it's all those people, not necessarily only family, it's friends and family that you love.
Exactly. And so those are the people in the world that are the very closest to you.
Okay. And our last phrase, and probably one of the most interesting traditions that we were able to see in this dialogue, is that people in the Philippines camp out in cemeteries on their family or loved one's tomb.
That's right. So the phrase to camp out means to stay overnight, to bring food and a tent or blankets. And it essentially means to make a camp so you can stay there. And this is very unusual to me because I can't imagine sleeping in a graveyard. I think I get the goosebumps.
Right. So camp out, or you can just say camp, right? You don't
Right.
necessarily have to say both of them.
Right. You can camp or you can camp out. And camp out generally means that you're staying in a place that is temporary.
Okay. Very good. So interesting phrases as well on Fluency Builder today. Let's listen to the dialogue for the last time, and we'll be right back. The Day of the Dead has arrived! All Souls Day and All Saints Day!
Your neighbor is crazy. Why is he screaming that?
Because today is the 1st of November, the Day of the Dead.
Oh, that's right.
This is a very special day among many cultures around the world, especially in Latin America.
Seriously? I thought it was just like any other day, except for the fact that people visit the cemetery and remember their loved ones.
Well, that's just part of it. People across the world celebrate in different ways. In Mexico, for example, it's common to see people building private altars honoring the deceased, using sugar skulls, preparing the favorite foods and beverages of the departed, and visiting graves with these as gifts. In the Philippines, the tombs are cleaned or repainted. Candles are lit and flowers are offered. Entire families camp out in cemeteries and sometimes spend a night or two near the relatives' tombs.
Whoa, that's scary. I don't know if I could do that.
Why? We should fear the living, not the dead.
All right, we're back. So, Catherine, you mentioned that in Anglo-Saxon culture, England, or in the United States, you don't have this type of tradition of honoring the dead or something like that, but you do visit the tomb of your loved ones or the cemetery as well, right?
People do, definitely.
But you just don't have a national day where you do this.
Well, Veterans Day is a day when we celebrate people who were killed in wars or people who participated in wars. So in America, we have a day called Memorial Day in which we remember the people who have died serving the country in the military. And so Memorial Day is a day in which many people like to go to the graveyards and to lay flowers or to remember the dead. But it really depends on your family. I mean, some people like to go the day a person died and on the anniversary or on a special day for them. So it's very private and personal and individual.
Right.
It's not something that we all do on one particular day.
Right. And I think what may strike many people as different is that you visit the cemetery, and if you ever have the chance to be in Mexico or in a Hispanic country, you will see that it's full of people, and it's actually there's a lot of food and people are there eating on the tomb and they've actually prepared the food that was the deceased's favorite.
Wow, that's really nice though as a gesture because it's another way to remember the person and to celebrate how
Yeah.
like things that were happy for them.
Exactly, and it's a way of actually sharing a meal with that person, even though that person isn't with you anymore in this world. So, it's actually very interesting. It goes back again to a little bit of the culture and the folklore and everything from different countries. But we want to know what you guys do or how you remember your deceased, because each country has its own particular little, very interesting way of doing it.
That's right. So please share with us on our website, englishpod.com, your own traditions and the culture that you have in your home country or town. And we're very curious to hear those. But also, if you have questions, as always, please ask because we're happy to answer those.
All right, so we'll see you guys there.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. November 2, observed in some Christian churches as the Day of the Dead.
All Souls Day. Among. Confer honor on. Honor. The people who have passed away. The departed.
Let's try that faster.
Among.
November 2, observed in some Christian churches as the Day of the Dead.
All Souls Day. The people who have passed away. The departed. Confer honor on. Honor.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
All Souls Day. We surrender our souls to His holy presence. All Souls Day. Some would say that he is a damned soul. All Souls Day. Many live their lives in fear of what could be of their souls in an afterlife. Among. I believe that the spirit of my grandfather walks among us. Among. There is a traitor among our lines. Among. He is no longer among the living. Honor. It is respectful to honor those who died for a better life for us. Honor. They are honoring their traditions by dancing for 3 days non-stop. Honor. She couldn't have been honoring her name by doing such things. The departed. The day to honor the departed is about to come. The departed. Many members of my family have departed from my side. The departed. We should remember and respect the departed.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine, and today we're talking about being clean.
Yeah, we're going to be doing the laundry, right?
It's a very important part of everyone's weekly schedule.
And not only important, but I find it to be a little bit difficult because, like washing machine and what clothes you should mix with what, and, how much detergent and how long. It's such a complicated process.
Well, let's say this. It might not be difficult, but it's very easy to mess up.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem. It's very easy to just ruin your favorite t-shirt if you don't do laundry correctly.
Or all of your white socks turn pink, for example.
Right. So we're going to be looking at a lot of vocabulary and phrases related to this topic. And before we get started with the dialogue, why don't we take a look at vocabulary preview?
Vocabulary preview.
Okay, so central to all of these phrases and words that we're going to be hearing is a thing, an electric thing that helps us wash our clothes.
Right, a washing machine.
All right, pretty simple, right? So washing is to wash, washing, and machine. So they go together, washing machine.
Right.
Pretty simple.
So it's easy now. You just put all your clothes in this thing and it washes it for you.
Vroom, vroom.
Now, a lot of people don't like to use washing machines. They say it doesn't really clean the clothes as well as doing it by hand.
Really? Well, I'd say most clothes get washed pretty well with the washing machine. But if you have those hard to get stains or some dirt, maybe it's good to have a washing board.
A washing board, yeah.
Yeah, where you can really scrub it yourself.
And, funny you mentioned that word stain because it's our second word that we're going to preview, a stain.
All right, a stain is some color, maybe some food or wine or grass that you can't remove from your clothes.
Right. So it's very common. You're having a nice dinner and all of a sudden you spill wine on your shirt. So you have a wine stain.
I hate that. And you can also have a stain on your carpet, right? So if you spill some coffee on your carpet, it's got a little circle that's brown forever.
Right? Or, even some people have stained the teeth, right?
That's right. So you can get them turned back white with a little money to your dentist.
Exactly. So those are the two words that we're going to be looking at today in vocabulary preview. So let's listen to our dialogue. Let's see what's happening with these people that are doing laundry.
Okay, let's go through this one more time. I don't want any more ruined or dyed blouses.
I know. Okay, so I had to separate the colors from the whites and put them in this strange-looking contraption so-called washing machine.
Right. You have to turn it on and program it depending on what type of clothes you're washing. For example, for delicates, you should set a shorter washing cycle. Also, be sure to use fabric softener and this detergent when washing.
So complicated. Okay, what about this red wine stain? How do I get it out?
Since this is a white t-shirt, you can just pour a little bit of bleach on it and it will do the trick.
Cool. Then I can just throw everything in the dryer for an hour and it's all set, right?
No! Since you're washing delicates and cotton, you should set the dryer to medium heat and for 20 minutes.
You know what? I'll just have everything dry cleaned.
Okay, so we've got someone who's maybe doing the laundry for the first time, and he's not really understanding the instructions he's got.
Well, that's the thing, I tell you. It's a little bit difficult, and, well, it's very tedious at times to try and do laundry like this.
Well, the first thing that's maybe tedious about it is that you have to really worry about what colors go together.
Right, so let's take a look at those words that were related to doing laundry now in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, the first word we have is actually related to a joke we made earlier about pink socks. So if you change the color of something, you're dyeing it.
Okay, dye. So it's pronounced exactly the same way as, to die, to not live anymore. Die. But it's spelled differently.
D-Y-E.
Okay, so it can be a verb or an adjective.
Or a noun.
Or a noun.
So something that you put on clothes to change the color is called a dye.
A dye.
But to do this, to change the color of some clothes is to dye the clothes.
Mm-hmm. So that's maybe what happens when you wash a red t-shirt with all your white t-shirts.
Then you have dyed shirts. You have pink shirts and...
And also women, when they go to the beauty salon, they dye their hair.
Exactly. So that means you change the color of your hair. It means it's a long-term change. It's not short. It's not like one day.
Right.
It means probably for a long time.
So that's the correct word, to dye. Very different. Maybe some people say to paint, which, we understand, but the correct form would be to dye.
And next we have a word that describes a certain kind of clothing. We're not talking about pants or socks. We're talking about delicates.
Delicates. So now this adjective, delicate, which means it's very...
easy to break.
Fragile, right?
Yeah.
But this is a noun, delicates.
Right, so you think of something that's easy to break or to ruin, maybe you think of underwear.
Underwear.
Underwear is something you wear under your clothing, and so it's generally not as strong as a shirt or a pair of jeans. And so we call these in English delicates.
Very good. So you have to be careful when you're washing your delicates, because it's happened to me before. You put them in with all the clothes and then you have stretched out boxers or something like that.
Yeah, so that's why many women I know wash delicates by hand. So you separate the clothes from the delicates.
Very good. And now if you're washing delicates or you're washing towels or t-shirts, it's always a good idea to use fabric softener.
All right, fabric softener. What are these two words? One of them you understand already. Maybe it's softener.
So it makes it soft.
Yeah, something that makes something softer. We've got fabric softener. So that's something that makes the clothes that you wash softer.
So fabric is any type of material, right? Like a textile.
Yeah. So it could be cotton or silk.
Or nylon.
Linen. So these are all kinds of fabrics.
So you pour a little bit of this in your washing machine and your clothes come out really nice and soft.
It feels nice just talking about it.
All right. And well, also to wash your clothes, to actually make them clean, you use detergent.
Right. So many people might want to say the word soap because soap is what we use to wash our hands and our dishes. But here we have detergent. So this is a special soap for your clothes.
Right, laundry detergent.
Yeah, you could just say laundry. You could say laundry detergent or simply detergent.
And now, in order to remove those nasty stains that maybe are very hard, you would use a chemical called bleach.
All right, so bleach is the dangerous chemical because it smells very strong.
Right.
And it can change the color of your clothes to white or yellow. So we usually only use bleach with white clothes.
I actually had a friend who changed the color of his hair to white using bleach. He put bleach on his head and on his hair, and it just turned white.
Oh, wow. So many people do that because they want to go from dark colors to light colors.
And in that case, you could say that he dyed his hair white, but usually you would say he bleached his hair.
It's so we understand that it turned white.
Exactly. So those 5 words we just looked at in language takeaway, they're important. They're related to doing laundry. So before we move on, let's listen to our dialogue again, but a little bit slower.
Okay, let's go through this one more time. I don't want any more ruined or dyed blouses.
I know. Okay, so I have to separate the colors from the whites and put them in this strange-looking contraption so-called washing machine?
Right. You have to turn it on and program it depending on what type of clothes you are washing. For example, for delicates, you should set a shorter washing cycle. Also, be sure to use fabric softener and this detergent when washing.
So complicated. Okay, what about this red wine stain? How do I get it out?
Since this is a white t-shirt, you can just pour a little bit of bleach on it and it will do the trick.
Cool. Then I can just throw everything in the dryer for an hour and it's all set, right?
No. Since you are washing delicates and cotton, you should set the dryer to medium heat and for 20 minutes.
You know what? I'll just have everything dry cleaned.
So here at English Pod, we like to also provide you listeners with some phrases that allow you to increase your fluency. So that means sound more like a native English speaker. And so today, let's check out these phrases in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
All right, so on Fluency Builder, we're going to be looking at 4 words or 4 phrases. So the first one was really easy. When she was telling the guy or instructing him how to do the laundry, she said, "Let's go through this one more time."
Go through what? The wall?
No, so it's not actually to go through an object, like to pass. So it's let's repeat or let's rehearse again.
Okay, so normally we say this when there are many different steps to do something. So let's go through this again. When you leave work, you go home, you unlock the door, you open the door, and then it means that there's a process.
Right.
You know, there are many steps, and so let's go through this again is a way for us to say let's think about and discuss this process.
Very good. So we also use it maybe when we're studying. So let's go through this subject one more time.
Can we go through chapter 5 again? I didn't understand it.
Exactly. So you would reread at chapter 5. All right. So why don't we listen to a couple of more examples of how we could use go through.
Example 1.
I want to go through chapter 5 again before the exam tomorrow.
Example 2.
David, do you have time this afternoon to go over the details of this new project?
Example 3.
I went through my contract, and it says that I am entitled to 15 vacation days a year.
Now, this next phrase is very common when we're using sarcasm, when we're trying to make jokes. So we say, so-called.
Right. So she said this so-called contraption.
It's like she doubts that it's really a washing machine. So I could say, her so-called boyfriend wants to go out tonight. So I say that because he doesn't really act like a boyfriend. Right?
So you're being sarcastic. It's a very good way, an easy way of demonstrating sarcasm.
Yeah, and actually in the 1990s in America, there was a very famous TV show called My So-Called Life. All right, so this is My So-Called Life. It's almost like it's not really like I have any control over it. So.
Yeah, or I don't really have a life because it's kind of boring.
Yeah, so my so-called life, not
Right.
bragging. It's
So
a
you-
joke.
So you can say my so-called friends, my so-called job. Basically, you can almost be sarcastic with anything.
Yeah, but be careful that you know that it's a joke, because
Yeah.
if you're trying to be serious, you might make some people angry.
Right. And now, well, she was explaining the whole process of how to do it. And when she recommended using bleach, she said that should do the trick.
Trick. So dogs do tricks, right?
Right. But to do the trick, right? What
So it's
what
got
is
a
she
different
saying?
meaning. All right, so she's saying this should work. This should fix your problem.
So that should do the trick.
So Marco, I've been having this itch on my foot, and I just can't seem to figure out what to do with it. Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, you should maybe just put some ointment on it, and that should do the trick.
All right, cool. Thanks for the suggestion.
Yeah, so very easy. It's just a way of saying that should solve your problem.
All right, great. So that should do the trick, or it will do the trick.
And well, we have one last phrase, all set.
All set. So this is another phrase that that has two words that always go together to mean, well, we're finished. We're done.
Everything is ready.
Everything is ready.
We're all set to go on vacation. So my bags are packed. I have my passports. We are all set.
Or after a meeting, you can say, are we all set here? That means, are we finished? Is it time to leave?
Very good. So we are almost all set. Let's listen to this dialogue one last time.
Okay, let's go through this one more time. I don't want any more ruined or dyed blouses.
I know. Okay, so I had to separate the colors from the whites and put them in this strange-looking contraption so-called washing machine.
Right. You have to turn it on and program it depending on what type of clothes you're washing. For example, for delicates, you should set a shorter washing cycle. Also, be sure to use fabric softener and this detergent when washing.
So complicated. Okay, what about this red wine stain? How do I get it out?
Since this is a white t-shirt, you can just pour a little bit of bleach on it and it will do the trick.
Cool. Then I can just throw everything in the dryer for an hour and it's all set, right?
No! Since you're washing delicates and cotton, you should set the dryer to medium heat and for 20 minutes.
You know what? I'll just have everything dry cleaned.
Have you ever had any laundry mishaps? Have you ever lost a sock, dyed something?
Have I ever? I hate doing the laundry.
Why?
It's time consuming. It takes a lot of time, and I have no patience. And so normally at least when I was in college, I would take all of my laundry in a bag and I'd throw it in the washing machine and I'd put it on cold, because cold water, it's okay for all colors, but hot water makes the colors bleed. I took out the clothes and put them in the dryer. And afterwards, I saw all my clothes were clean except for my 3 sweaters, which were small enough for babies.
Oh, you
And
shrunk
so,
it.
Yeah, I shrunk 3 brand new sweaters.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's too bad. The problem that I have when doing laundry is that I forget that I started doing laundry. So all of a sudden, I'm doing laundry in the morning and then the clothes are washed, but they're still in the washing machine. And I remember like the next day. So then the clothes are like kind of smelling like kind of humid.
Because they're moldy.
Yeah, it's, so I have to rewash them and it's just like a pain. Yeah, but doing laundry is sometimes so time consuming, but let us know what you think. Do you like doing laundry, or have you ever lost a sock? I think everyone has lost a sock or something in their washing, right? I don't know what happens.
There's a secret home for socks somewhere.
It's so weird.
Maybe it's in Australia or something.
So come to our website, englishpod.com. Give us all your feedback, question, comments, or suggestions, and we're always there.
All right, hope to hear from you soon. And until next time, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. To change the color of something such as hair or clothing.
Dye.
Place with washing machines and dryers, usually coin-operated and self-service.
Laundromat.
A machine.
Contraption.
To press and smooth clothes with a heated iron.
Iron.
To accomplish the desired task.
Do the trick.
To stiffen clothes with a chemical compound.
Starch.
Ready, prepared.
All set.
A cord, rope, or wire on which clothes may be hung to dry or air.
Clothesline.
A way to clean clothes without water.
Dry clean.
Basket or space where dirty clothes are put.
Clothes hamper.
Let's try that faster. A way to clean clothes without water.
Dry clean.
A cord, rope, or wire on which clothes may be hung to dry or air.
Clothesline.
To change the color of something such as hair or clothing.
Dye.
Basket or space where dirty clothes are put.
Clothes hamper.
A machine.
Contraption.
To press and smooth clothes with a heated iron.
Iron.
Ready, prepared.
All set.
To accomplish the desired task.
Do the trick.
Place with washing machines and dryers, usually coin-operated and self-service.
Laundromat.
To stiffen clothes with a chemical compound.
Starch.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Dye. Nicole goes to the beauty salon every 3 months to get her hair dyed. Dye. My friend likes to dye her t-shirts different colors. They look really nice. Dye. Why did you dye your hair green? Contraption. He tried to fly over the Atlantic in a homemade contraption. Contraption. What does this contraption do? Contraption. Leonardo da Vinci was a great inventor that designed many different contraptions. Do the trick. If we use a piece of cork, it might stop the leaking and do the trick. Do the trick. The soup was too salty, so I added some potatoes, which did the trick. Do the trick. If the sauce tastes a bit sour, add a teaspoon of sugar. That should do the trick. All set. All set. I finished doing all the laundry. All set. We have our luggage and passport, so we are all set to go to the airport. All set. The preparations for the wedding are all set. Dry clean. If you want to remove that stain, you need to have that dry cleaned. Dry clean. I try and avoid having my clothes dry cleaned. It's too expensive. Dry clean. I took my favorite leather jacket to the dry cleaners and they lost it.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another lesson here at English Pod. My name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine. Hello, everyone. Today, Marco, what are we talking about?
Well, today we are not really in the best mood.
What do you mean?
We're kind of sad. We're kind of nervous. We're not feeling very well. Yeah, it's a cloudy day. Maybe that's why.
The blues.
The blues. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today. We're going to have a lot of different descriptive words to express maybe feeling sad, or maybe you're angry, or you're nervous, or something like that.
Okay, well, this is a very useful lesson. Hopefully you're not feeling this way, but if you have to talk about someone who is, I've got lots of words for you. But first, we're going to preview a couple in today's vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
All right, so today on Vocabulary Preview, we're going to look at two words. And the first one is a way of saying that you feel sad. So basically, I'm feeling down.
Okay, down. You might have heard this before because it's the opposite of the word up.
Exactly.
So you're not feeling up, happy, looking up. You're feeling down. This is another word for sad, like Marco said.
Or you can also say, I'm a bit down today, right?
Yeah, I'm a bit down today. Or, you look really down. Are you okay?
Yeah, so you look sad. Are you? Is everything okay? So down. So now another feeling or a way that a person is feeling, maybe that person is grouchy.
Would you please stop talking so loud, Marco?
I think you
No,
have...
I'm seriously.
Don't be grouchy, Catherine. Jeez.
No, so grouchy is a way someone acts, usually when they're in a bad mood.
Right. So it's not like really angry. You're not angry, but you're not very happy either.
And you're not very nice to people. So there's a very famous TV character called Oscar the Grouch on Sesame Street. Look for him on YouTube or Yoku. And he's very, very good for learning about this feeling, grouchy, because he's a grouchy guy.
Yeah, he's always angry or never happy, basically.
Right, he's always complaining about something. So that word again is grouchy.
All right, so after taking a look at these two words, we're ready now to listen to our dialogue for the first time. Let's see what this dialogue is about, if maybe they're grouchy or maybe just sad.
Fine.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Carrie, are you okay? You seem a bit down.
I just got off the phone with my boyfriend. He's always getting upset and losing his temper over nothing. It's so hard to talk to him at times.
Maybe it's just that he's stressed out from working or something. He does have a pretty nerve-wracking job, you know.
Yeah, but he's always in a really foul mood. I tried to find out what's bothering him, or get him to talk about his day, but he always shuts down and brushes me off.
Men are like that, you know. They can feel nervous, anxious, or on edge, and the only way they can express it is by trying to hide it through aggressiveness.
I guess you're right. What do you think I should do? He wasn't always this grouchy, you know.
Talk to him, try to cheer him up when he's down, and if that doesn't work, I say get rid of him and get a new one.
You are something else, you know that.
All right, so two girls talking about guys. I guess guys have a bad temper sometimes, right?
I think anyone can have a bad temper, but we're talking today about one of the boyfriend of one of these girls who has a very bad temper and has been very grouchy recently.
And that's why she's feeling a bit down. So let's take a look at those words now in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, so in today's language takeaway, we've got some wonderful words for you. Words that are very good for describing stress or having anxiety. And the first of these words is something you hear all the time, especially with young people.
Right, somebody is stressed out.
Oh my gosh, Marco, I'm so stressed out. I have 10 homework assignments to do and softball practice, and my mom wants me to help cook dinner tonight.
Wow, you really are stressed out.
I am. Well, I don't have any homework, and I don't live with my mom. But being stressed out is usually something you feel when you have too much stuff to do.
So maybe you can be stressed out because of school, like in your case, or maybe at work you have a lot of things to do or a project to finish, right?
Exactly. And I just want to point out here that you can say I'm stressed or I'm feeling stressed, but commonly in spoken English, so when you're talking to your friends, you hear this much more often, stressed out.
Stressed out. He's really stressed out lately. All right. So we're stressed out, or another word that kind of means the same is this is nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking. So nerves are those things in our body that help us feel things, right? And so something that racks our nerves makes us very, very tense, very anxious, very uncomfortable.
Okay, so it makes you very nervous.
Right, so there are some movies that are nerve-wracking. For example, suspense movies like Hitchcock's movies like Psycho or The Birds.
Or like horror, like maybe Saw.
Ooh, nerve-wracking. Also, some people think that roller coasters are nerve-wracking. They're very, very anxious when they ride roller coasters.
Right. So let's listen to a couple of more examples of in different situations where we can use this phrase nerve-wracking.
How was your presentation today?
Oh, it was so nerve-wracking.
Really? What happened?
Just standing in front of so many people made my hands shake.
I get that. Public speaking can be nerve-wracking for sure.
Yeah, and then my slides wouldn't load at first.
Oh no! That must have made it worse.
It did. Waiting for the tech guy to fix it was the most nerve-wracking part.
I can imagine. Did it go okay after that?
Kind of. But I kept thinking I'd forget what to say.
That's tough. Did anyone notice?
Probably not, but it felt like they could. It was just so nerve-wracking.
Well, at least it's over now. You survived.
Barely. But honestly, it's a huge relief.
Next time, it won't feel as nerve-wracking. You'll get the hang of it.
I hope so. I need to work on staying calm.
And there's another way to describe this feeling. Again, it's a little bit different, but very, very similar. We can say someone is feeling on edge.
On edge. So this person was feeling on edge, but what does that mean exactly? You're like at the
Why
edge?
do you have to ask so many questions? Okay, listen. This is basic. Okay, Marco?
All right, all right. Jeez,
Are you
you're
mocking me?
on edge today?
All right,
Wow.
so someone who is on edge is easily angered, right? So it's very easy to make this person upset or angry. Someone who just quit smoking might be on edge. That means it's very, very easy to get them to be upset.
Wow. So yeah, you are on edge, right?
Exactly. He's on edge, or he seems on edge, doesn't he?
Okay, very good. Wow, these three words that we've just looked at are really interesting and very, very useful. I guess you can describe many different situations or a person that's going through these feelings, right?
Absolutely. I think there is 1,000 ways to describe being nervous or anxious or upset. So maybe we should take another listen to today's dialogue and figure out how exactly we use these words. And when we come back, we'll be talking about some other phrases that are useful.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Carrie, are you okay? You seem a bit down.
I just got off the phone with my boyfriend. He's always getting upset and losing his temper over nothing. It's so hard to talk to him at times.
Maybe it's just that he's stressed out from working or something. He does have a pretty nerve-wracking job, you know.
Yeah, but he's always in a really foul mood. I tried to find out what's bothering him, or get him to talk about his day, but he always shuts down and brushes me off.
Men are like that, you know. They can feel nervous, anxious, or on edge, and the only way they can express it is by trying to hide it through aggressiveness.
I guess you're right. What do you think I should do? He wasn't always this grouchy, you know.
Talk to him, try to cheer him up when he's down, and if that doesn't work, I say get rid of him and get a new one.
You are something else, you know that.
All right, great. So now that we're back, we can start with a couple of different phrases now on Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
All right, so Marco, here's the big question. What makes you lose your temper?
I think what makes me lose my temper very, very easily is like a dirty house or like a dirty room.
Really? You're
Yeah.
a neat freak.
Not really neat freak, but like if it's not at least semi clean, you know, it really bothers me.
Okay, so this great phrase, lose your temper or lose one's temper, is a phrase we use in English to describe getting angry. All right, so maybe you're okay, you're a little frustrated with something, but someone does something like throws all of their clothes on the floor. And Marco here says, oh, that's it. I'm tired of this. You're always throwing your clothes on the floor. And that's an example of Marco losing his temper.
What about you? What makes you lose your temper?
You hear this?
What is that? Oh, drilling? Construction?
When
hammering?
people tap, 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 or when they like stomp their feet, or
like when they're nervous.
When they make noise, yeah. And so slowly it's like, okay, fine, calm down. It's okay. Okay, no, seriously, stop it. Seriously. And then all of a sudden, I just can't stand it
You
anymore.
explode.
Exactly. So.
All right, so that's what makes you lose your temper. I'll be sure to keep my eye out for that and not tap my
Please
pen.
don't.
All right. So okay, you lose your temper, and now there are situations sometimes where you need to brush someone off.
All right, or when you get brushed off, and that's not very good feeling. But this phrase, to brush someone off, you've heard the word brush before. It's the word that we use to brush your hair or brush your teeth, exactly. When you brush someone off, it's like saying that you're ignoring them.
Yeah, so you ignore them or you basically tell them to go away very subtly sometimes or very directly.
Exactly. And so to brush someone off is to avoid their company. And so a lot of times when people are angry, they like to be alone, so they brush you off. So I could say, hey, did you want to go see that movie tonight?
No, I can't. I have to do something tonight.
And then Marco walks away while we're talking. He's brushing me off. He's ignoring me.
Yeah. So it happens. And also maybe some people can make up excuses, and that's also brushing someone off, right?
Right, exactly. So to brush someone off, or he brushed me off, doesn't feel good.
All right. And well, all of these bad feelings, brushing somebody off, maybe you feel stressed out. In the end, you always need a good friend to cheer you up, right? And that's what this dialogue's all about.
Exactly. And so friends are actually the people that do that the best, or family, I think. And, well, we can break this phrase down because most of it's pretty clear, but cheer might be a new word for some of our listeners.
Yeah, maybe we've heard of the term cheerleader. You know, like, give me an A, give me a B.
Hey.
So cheer, or people
cheers.
cheering. Or cheers when the beer, yeah.
So cheer is like happiness. So someone who can cheer you up is someone who makes you happy. Remember that down we had earlier? I'm feeling down. We're trying to cheer someone up. We're trying to make them go up and be happy.
Exactly. So you want to cheer up your friends, or maybe if you're feeling a bit down, a family member will try and cheer you up.
Do you need someone to cheer you up, Marco?
Yes, I do.
Well, let's go have a drink and eat some popcorn and be cheered up.
That's what cheers me up. Or chocolate always cheers me up.
Oh, I know where there's some of that.
All right, so we've taken a look at a lot of great phrases, but the last sentence of the dialogue is maybe a little bit strange, right? When she says, "You are something else." You know that?
Something what? Like
is she an alien? Is she a monkey? What does she mean when she says, "You are something else"?
That's a great question. Well, this might be a little bit hard to understand at first, but she's saying, I can't believe you. She's like, there's no one like you. You're really something else, you know that? So it's kind of like a joke, but what she's saying is, I can't believe you. You just want to go on and encourage me to find another boy. You're unbelievable.
So it could be, is it on a positive note, or can it be both positive and negative?
Well, here we've got two friends who are using it, so it's a positive note, but she's kind of making fun of her, saying, I can't believe you. But it can be
negative.
It can be more negative.
Fighting with her boyfriend and her boyfriend cheats on her and she's like, oh, you're really something else, you know?
You are something else, you know that? It's like, there's no comparison, you're the worst.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it really depends on how this is used and what the tone of voice is, so how someone says it. But in this case, I think it's kind of a joke, but it's a positive meaning.
Very interesting. It's very spoken English, as you say, because all the words that we see there, they're pretty simple, but the context or the connotation, the meaning is very, very different from the actual words.
Exactly.
Right? All right, so let's listen to this dialogue for the last time, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Carrie, are you okay? You seem a bit down.
I just got off the phone with my boyfriend. He's always getting upset and losing his temper over nothing. It's so hard to talk to him at times.
Maybe it's just that he's stressed out from working or something. He does have a pretty nerve-wracking job, you know.
Yeah, but he's always in a really foul mood. I tried to find out what's bothering him, or get him to talk about his day, but he always shuts down and brushes me off.
Men are like that, you know. They can feel nervous, anxious, or on edge, and the only way they can express it is by trying to hide it through aggressiveness.
I guess you're right. What do you think I should do? He wasn't always this grouchy, you know.
Talk to him, try to cheer him up when he's down, and if that doesn't work, I say get rid of him and get a new one.
You are something else, you know that.
So, Catherine, are you a grouchy person? Are you happy? Do you have a bad temper?
Oh, these are, well, very interesting questions, Marco. Thank you for asking. No, the first time, am I grouchy? No, not very. Only before 9 a.m.
You're not a morning person.
Not a morning person, so I'm very grouchy in the morning. But I'm generally pretty good about losing my temper. It doesn't happen very often.
Oh, really?
But I do get frustrated with things like tapping or when people eat with their mouth open.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible. I hate that as well.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
Or I really don't like when people bite their nails.
Ooh,
it's kind of, it also makes me lose my temper. I don't know, it more than makes me lose my temper, it's kind of annoying, right?
It is annoying. So what makes you really lose your temper? We say, what makes you blow your top? Think about a volcano.
Really grinds my gears.
Yeah.
I would say the worst is when somebody lies to me. Like, straight in my face. Like, I know they're lying, I know you're lying, and they still just lie straight at me.
I agree. So what's something that really cheers you up? Because we talked about like going out with a friend maybe helps you cheer up. But is there one thing, some kind of remedy?
I like to go shopping when I'm
really?
feeling yeah. I mean, I won't buy anything like clothes or anything like that. Usually I'll get maybe something for somebody else or for the house or something like that. It's very strange.
Helps you like clear your mind.
Yeah, it's just like walking around and spending a little bit of money. I don't know. It's kind of a good remedy.
Yeah, I think so.
What about you? What cheers you up?
I kind of like to organize things.
Really?
Yeah. So if I'm really angry or really upset about something, I'll alphabetize all of my books.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so A to Z.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Feeling sad, not happy.
Down in the dumps.
Sad or unhappy.
Down.
Having sad feelings or emotions.
Have the blues.
To feel very worried or anxious.
Stress out.
To fluster, unnerve.
Rattled.
Causing a person to feel very nervous.
Nerve-wracking.
Makes me angry, upsets me.
Grinds my gears.
Refuse to talk about something with someone.
Brush me off.
Upset, very angry.
Pissed off.
To make someone happier.
Cheer up.
Let's try that faster. Causing a person to feel very nervous.
Nerve-wracking.
Sad or unhappy.
Down.
Having sad feelings or emotions.
Have the blues.
Refuse to talk about something with someone.
Brush me off.
Upset, very angry.
Pissed off.
Feeling sad, not happy.
Down in the dumps.
To fluster, unnerve.
Rattled.
Makes me angry, upsets me.
Grinds my gears.
To make someone happier.
Cheer up.
To feel very worried or anxious.
Stress out.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Down. Ben is feeling a bit down today since his girlfriend broke up with him. Down. Are you okay? You seem down today. Down. Whenever I'm feeling down, I go out with my friends and then I feel much better. Stress out. David has been really stressed out lately. His boss is putting a lot of pressure on him in his new job. Stress out. I can't talk right now. I'm stressed out about this exam I have tomorrow. If I don't pass it, my dad is going to kill me. Stress out. Are you okay? You seem to be really stressed out lately. What's going on? Nerve-wracking. I think being a doctor is one of the most nerve-wracking jobs in the world. Nerve-wracking. Skydiving was one of the most nerve-wracking experiences of my life. I almost had a heart attack. Nerve-wracking. The final match between Brazil and Italy was incredibly nerve-wracking. Brush me off. When she told me my project would be a better television film than a feature film, I thought she was brushing me off. Brush me off. I asked her out on a date many times, but she always brushed me off, making up some excuse. Brush me off. Carolyn went to the doctor without an appointment, and the receptionist brushed her off and told her to come back the next day. Cheer up. I hate it when people try to cheer me up when I feel sad. I just want to be left alone. Cheer up. I don't know what else to do. I've tried everything to cheer Mandy up, but she won't stop crying. Cheer up. You know what really cheers me up when I'm sad? Shopping.